Welcome, everybody, to a new edition of UFO Man Live. My name is Tim, or UFO Man, and to my side is my co host, the legend, the man, the myth, Tom
Oh,
Reed.
thanks, Tim. Yeah, Tom.
You're,
Nice.
yeah,
We
you're,
got one hell of a show for today, man. This is going to be fantastic. I've been really looking forward to this. It's a really rare opportunity for those people out there to get a look at Brothers of Alien Rock, man. These guys bring it home, man. These guys are freaking awesome. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
this is supposedly the first time they've ever performed live as a full band
Right.
on a podcast. So get your popcorn and sit back, and we'll bring them on shortly.
Yeah.
They're setting up. So pretty soon here, we'll bring them on. And what we're going to do first is we're going to interview them a little bit. So if you've got questions, you can ask them. We're also going to talk about some UFO topics. So if you've got UFO topics, we can also address those issues. And then we'll go into the presentation of the new hit that was recently released on 8/19/2022 by Brothers of Alien Rock, entitled UFO Man. It was released worldwide. So let's bring them on and make sure I get the right webcam here. Here we go. We got you guys.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hello. Tim and Tom, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man. Good seeing you again.
Yeah, great seeing you guys. Thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah, it's good to have you on, guys. We're going to bring you up big screen so everybody can see you. This is Brothers of Alien Rock. They're a kick butt heavy metal alternative rock band. And if you like that type of music, you'll like their music. They're really talented, and they wrote a song for the UFO Man channel, which is phenomenal. So we will bring it out shortly for you. And all right, Mike, your human side I'm addressing.
Right. Well, we are hybrid, so we'll address the human side.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, you're the one on the left.
Yes,
Right.
I'm stage right, but yeah. Here I am.
Stage right. Okay. Well, the picture's flipped, so you're on the left.
Yeah.
You're leaving a legacy with this band, aren't you?
Well, that's really kind of the idea, you know. Legacy in a bunch of different ways. I mean, going back to when we first started putting this whole idea together, it's legacy wasn't really in mind. It was more trying to really just push the music without really anybody being too concerned about what we look like, which is kind of ironic considering what we turned into. You know.
Right.
But legacy, what type of legacy, Tim? Where
well, you're leaving a legacy because I hear that your son is playing in the band tonight, so I find that to be very intriguing.
Yeah, Maximus. Yeah, Offspring, right out of the mothership. That is really the legacy, you know. And I have two Offspring. One that couldn't be here. He's consorting and getting things figured out. But I love to have the fact that we can have something like that. Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. It's we talk about the Brothers of Alien Rock. It's a kind of a universal term that includes everybody, including kin. So yes, it is special legacy.
Hey, and by the way, Mike, if I may, I don't know if you can hear me very well. I don't. A lot of people don't realize, I guess, that you guys have several albums out. I mean, this is not something new. You guys have been around for a long time. You rocked a lot of houses. I mean, you brought it. You were written up in Time magazine. You were out there when during the storming of Area 51.
Yeah.
You played in Roswell. It looks like you're going to be playing there again. We'll talk about that later. But this isn't just something new for you guys. I mean, this is something you've been doing for quite a while, and really successful at it. You got a good following and so on. And with that, I mean, I want to just say thanks for coming on tonight and doing what you're doing, because this is a rare thing, man. And I like I like your riffs, man. I like that your power chords. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be shocked what they're going to see in about 5 minutes. So
Wow.
anyway, I
Right.
just want to
Well,
say
hey man,
thanks
we
for coming on.
appreciate
You
it,
know,
man. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy carrying the flag that we do. Not easy. It's easy for us because we love it, but not everybody understands. But I feel like in a bunch of different ways,
yeah.
you know, the Earth is catching up. The people are catching up.
It's not easy being green.
Yeah,
Hey, Mike and David, you need to speak closer to the mic.
Yeah, you're really
gotcha.
faint. Yeah.
Apologies.
I give him my best berry.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
Are we good?
I
We good?
wanna show the fact that you were at Alien Stock in 2019. This is the flyer from there at the Little Alien, and if you look, they're listed in the bottom left-hand corner. Although they should have been toward the top. That's what I told Mike. He's the alien with the shades,
In the
the
beard.
dark eyes, and the beard.
Yeah.
Well, they both
Yeah.
have beards, but
Yeah, baby.
okay.
Well,
And
you know,
then
yeah, God, Storm Area 51. That kind of came in. Just going back a little bit. It's been a couple years now. 2019. That was when that happened. To go a little out of order, I guess, the discography, talking about original music and things before, but that came in on our third EP, which we actually wrote for the event. You know, it's called Storm Area 51, and you know, we called the record "They Can't Stop All of Us." And that was the
I
whole
saw that.
idea, was that this kid was putting together this thing where they're going to raid Area 51, and that was the idea. They, you know, yeah, here it is,
There
the
it is.
Naruto.
It was a thing of beauty.
It really was, you know. And yeah, so we wrote. That's yeah. So that was we're on the third EP with that. We had Area 50. We had A51 was this instrumental we had that it's kind of hit a lot of other podcasting shows. It's been on a few, and the "Don't Storm the Gates" was actually the big song, probably the biggest one from that EP, because that's the one that was highlighted by Time Magazine, and it was just like, you know, thousands of views overnight. It's like boom, yeah, there it is.
There's time. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, our girl Rachel Bruner over there. It was talked to her, and it's amazing, man. I just can't believe how far we've come. You know, in the ufology world. I don't know. I guess we're skipping around. I don't know where you want to go. If you want to.
well, I have to say this real quick. You couldn't have been around at the most opportune time right now. You know, to be an alien band during the transparency stages of ufology. It's just phenomenal. You're
Perfect
at the
time.
right place at the right time.
On a
Yeah,
good
you know.
station, on a good podcast.
Yeah, and on this podcast, I mean, it's kind of like you're gonna look back at like this. We could think, well, this is pretty punk rock. You know, there's thousands of people, you know, that you have for subscribers, and we have quite a bit under our belt. And you know, Tom is quite the figure, man. He's, you know, it's that's a whole other story. So there's a strange, cool punk rock, awesome thing happening with a lot of different components and elements, and a lot of people that are involved in the things that are happening. But yeah, dude, a perfect time. I mean, it feels like it's weird. I mean, maybe, you know, we've been doing this. Let's see, the first record was in 2013. So, but we didn't start off. It wasn't really like this. It was "Landing" was the name of the record. Did it with Brett Hesslow, who's the bass player from Creed. If anybody remembers that band, Creed. And we were just a two-piece at the time. And you know, we just had these kind of these skeleton masks, and I had, you know, the drummer had a T-shirt that said "drummer" on it, and I had a T-shirt that said "guitar" and bass in the back, because I played bass and guitar at the same time. This rig I had, the setup I had. You know, I had two jacks coming out of the bottom of the guitar. One went to a bass rig, one went to a guitar rig, and I would just, you know,
Yep.
construct songs so they were like bass and guitar were happening at different times, and or at the same time, and you know, the riffs were riding hard, you know. But yeah, so from there, it just kind of escalated. You know, I had a second album. They come from outer space. It was a second record. It came a couple years later, and that's about when we started, you know, growing our heads.
Mhm.
It started getting a little silver. Our original silver suits were. These are custom. These are from yeah, that's from Halloween show from actually 2020.
That was pretty
we were one
cool,
of the few
actually.
bands that actually played live, and the place was packed. It was October 2020. People were really nervous
Nice.
about going, but if everybody was dying to get out, man, it was even then. But of course, that's in Florida, so things were a little bit looser ahead of everybody else, and that's
I spent New Year's there
yeah,
during COVID. Yeah, nothing was shut down. It was awesome.
yeah, it's different all over the country, the world.
What are you
That shot,
playing tonight?
that's from yeah, Sanford, Florida. Pretty wicked gig.
What are you playing tonight, Mike?
Tonight, as far as well, we're gonna be focusing in on the theme song, man. You know, we're gonna do the UFO Man. When you guys had said, I talked about maybe getting a theme song together or something. We just it took a little while because we were like right in the middle of finishing off that our fourth EP, which just came out May 5th. That one there, hey, good, nice Tim. Yeah, episode 4, the Green album, and this is part of a three-parter this year. We're having a triple release, so it's episode 4. And episode 5, still to be untitled yet. Episode 5 is coming out in October, probably October 1st. And then towards the end of the year, we're going to have episode 6, kind of like doing a Star Wars theme. Not musically, but just, the look and whole thing. So that'll be our 6th EP. And
Cool.
3 singles we've had. And one of the singles is the theme song, man. You know?
Do you
UFO
think
Man.
do you think UFO Man will make it on on an EP?
Well, it's a single now, and I tell you, man, I really wanted to make it special for you guys, and for
Right.
Tim and you and your show. You had a little bit of idea what you wanted to hear. We had a little theme, something there, and then we just kind of went back and forth. And I think even in the production, you were like, hey, is there gonna be a guitar solo in there? Like, stuff like that. And I said, well, Tim, let's sit down and talk about it. Yeah.
Right.
You don't have to twist my arm for a guitar solo.
Hey, man, you doing the Munsters thing tonight?
We did. I don't. Did we? Are you? Are you? We might. we didn't
Might.
really. We were really kind
Might.
of focusing on. Yeah, we were focusing really on this song here.
All right. Okay.
These
I'll get over it.
two,
I'll be all
two
right.
out of the 3 of us are pretty solid on it. But I think what it was is we were wrapping into that one next, and then some things changed,
Uh-huh.
which we'll get into later. That are real positive.
Uh-huh.
Positive thing there.
So that means no.
Yeah. Just put the guitar on and see what happens.
All right.
Hey guys, can you tell us about your performance at Corona outside Roswell?
Oh my God. Yeah, that one was yeah. Well, as anybody who knows the origins of at least the modern UFO crash recovery ideas and things, all sorts of things that stem from Roswell. But the crash actually didn't happen in Roswell. It was actually in Corona, New Mexico, right? A couple hours, from Roswell. So when we were out there, we got invited to play. We played 2018 to play the festival. It was special, man, because for a bunch of reasons. We got out there, we got all film permits and everything. So we're doing a documentary. It was Road to Roswell. We were filming on the way out there. Did the big road trip. And when we got out there, it was for example, at the UFO museum there. I had a lot of speakers. Tom was there, and then the gang, and I didn't really know Tom at the time, but I think we brushed elbows. I spoke with Stanton Friedman because it actually was Stanton Friedman Day. They gave him the key to the city and all that stuff.
Out front of the museum, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really awesome to meet him and stuff. And so the vibe was good, and we played, and the show was amazing. But right before we played the show on Saturday night of the festival, we had actually taken our crew out to the crash site in Corona. And months prior, I had the idea that we were definitely going to be the first alien rock band to film a rock video on the site. There it is, yeah, right on the crash site. So we spoke with the Bureau of Land Management, New Mexico, all the county officials, the family who leased the land from the government, actually. They didn't own it, but and as we were kind of progressing through and setting up bus tours and everybody to come, they were bringing in people by the busloads while we're shooting our video for this song called Reconnected, which is on We Come From Outer Space on that record, our second record. And so as we're doing that, it's funny. I find out really later that nobody really had, nobody was able to publicly be on that crash site. The only people that could be there were, news officials or scientists or anything like that. But it was not open to the public until we, reached out to everybody and made the idea happen. And we didn't realize that, the 70 years plus that happened since the crash, nobody was there that was from the public, let alone an alien rock band. So it was very special, man. It really, really was. It was awesome, man. A lot of little creatures I'd never thought existed I found out there. I found some old horseshoes. I got some samples of dirt, checking for radiation, things of that nature. And it was a blast, man. We love Roswell, man. They really took us in with open arms and treated us great. We had just, there's a picture there of a couple of predators we ran into. They had their costume contests and all that. And it's amazing. It's just a great crew of people out there, from the Main Street Roswell people, and Roswell town itself, and just a great scene. A scene of musicians too. It was really great. So yeah, and that's other than that. Oh, and then the weird thing too, and once we got done with that video, we found out subsequently that that thing got shut down. And again, now it's not open to the public again. And actually, the family sold the land to I'm not sure who bought it. It might be undisclosed. So it kind of felt like it was a
Probably
a
Robert
pocket in time,
Bigelow.
Hey, speaking of Roswell, Liz from the Roswell Convention Center and her sister Christina say hello. They give you a shout out.
Hey, what's up, ladies?
Yeah, there you go.
Good to hear from you. It's awesome.
And I think they'll probably see you in March too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's some stuff coming up, man. There's some big news, big news.
Yeah, we're going to cover that in our second segment after Brothers of Alien Rock perform their new.
Well, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, perform their new hit, UFO Man. Yeah, I'm ready. Yep.
Okay.
Presenting Brothers of Alien Rock for the first time live on UFO Man Live. Here they are, Brothers of Alien Rock.
Put us in the backstage. We had a couple little tiny, for 30 seconds of something or other. Hold on. Switches and stuff. Pop it on, D. Got it. Is that it? Alright, cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good. Cool. Hey, yeah. All right. All right, we good here? Sure. There we go. There's the adjustment. All right, cool. All right,
Thank you. Good night.
Awesome job, guys. Very good. Very awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tom.
Yeah, there you go. You might want to turn that guitar up a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll save that for next time.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
That's the song for UFO Expo, everyone, by Brothers of Alien Rock.
One of them.
One of them, yes.
One of them, yeah.
Very awesome song, and that was written for Tom Reed and his UFO Expo. Tom, do you want to talk about UFO Expo?
Yeah, man. So yes, it's we've been holding UFO Expo, which is also Paraguay, but I think these guys want to say something too. You guys gonna hang out or what?
We hanging out?
We are hanging out, man. I don't want to leave you guys, man. Come on.
All right, cool.
Good.
Thanks, Mike.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about this too, about UFO Expo and you guys. So Mike and I, we've been talking for what, 3 or 4 years now? I don't know, man. It's been a while, Mike.
Yeah, it's been a nice stretch, man.
Yeah, and I've been holding UFO Expo Paraguay, which was in Salem, Massachusetts, and it just recently, we've had a lot of interest in the event, and now it's being actually moved to Roswell, and we're holding it at the conference center. Thanks to the city of Roswell and certainly Elizabeth Michael, who made it all happen, really. And so we are moving UFO Expo to Roswell, and we are going to be holding what's more of an inclusive type of event instead of running outside. It's 4th of July. It's hot. You're going from one end of town to the other. You can't get transportation. There's so much traffic. It's pretty much you have to walk everywhere, and it's hot. And I mean, it's a great festival, though. Don't get me wrong. I've been going there for years. But so they actually offered to give us the conference center. And it's a picture right there. It's going to be a lot of seats to fill. And we're going to be all under one roof. We're going to be having, with a little bit of luck and with the cooperation of a lot of pieces got to come together. But, Brothers of Alien Rock are going to be there. Mark D'Antonio is confirmed. Travis Walton's confirmed. I'm speaking with Ben Hansen. Mike Barra, actually, he's going to be working with us, putting this thing together, along with, Elizabeth Michael and a couple other people. It's going to be a great thing, man. We're going to be putting a conference together that's all going to be under one roof. We're going to have an after-hours bar. One of the things that we, a lot of people I think talk about is like you're hanging out in Roswell, right? And pretty much the place shuts down at like 10, maybe 11 o'clock. Maybe you can still get a drink over at Applebee's or something. Which wow. So we're going to be having this like green room type of bar, which this is going to be awesome. I've been talking to Liz about this a lot. So we're going to have like tents out back, and we're talking about having like barbecue ribs and that kind of thing under these tents with speakers, so when you're eating under these tents, you're going to be able to order a drink even at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. You're still going to be able to get a drink and have these films shown on the side of the conference center. So either it's going to be like a film fest, or we're going to be showing a classic, maybe a black and white of War of the Worlds or something outside. Everything else is shut down, but you're going to be able to watch these films on the side of the building and go to one tent, maybe go to a different tent. And then we're going to have a huge mixer with a band in there. And then these guys, I think we're still in talks about where we're going to play, how we're going to make this happen, but like an indoor conference on Saturday night. And then we're going to be doing tracks. And rather than just individual speakers, we're going to have subjects, and we're going to show images from behind the scenes and how those things were made. Like have 2 or 3 people from Ancient Aliens talking about what it was like to film with them and where they went and things people don't normally see. I mean, we've seen so many speakers that do the same thing. It's kind of like, right, we want to do something different. And so we're bringing tracks in. We're going to have the individual speakers as well. Travis will be talking about his experience and that kind of thing. But at the same time, on Saturday, we're going to group these things together, Zoom in other guests, talk about what it was like to film with, Ben Hansen, for instance, and Melissa Tittle on UFO Witness, and the things that maybe didn't make the cut, or unsolved mysteries, that kind of thing. And so that we've got that, and then we're going to be comping. I'm going to comp the entire town's gift shops, if you will, and we're going to give them a spot within the conference to be able to introduce what they have at their shop, side by side, so everybody can see what these shops do have. A lot of things that are different, and so we're going to offer that to them. And I think we're going to have a live stream from the UFO museum into the lobby, and then give them a table there to talk about what they bring to the table. And so we're going to kind of put this all under one roof. So once you go in, it's air conditioning, drinks 24/7, food is there for everybody. We're going to have multiple bands, films outside, film fests, tracks, and there's going to be more. But right now, that's pretty much what we've got laid out. And I couldn't be more excited because I'm a big, I support, the Roswell Museum and everything Roswell stands for. I've been a big supporter of the event itself for a very long time. And it's kind of it's flattering, really, and an honor to some degree, because they were sponsoring my park and they sponsor my event. And we just got talking, and they're like, "Hey, would you consider moving your event to Roswell?" And I'm like, "Let me think." Absolutely. So it was really a no-brainer. It was just a matter of how do we make it happen and where do we hold it. And so when Liz said, "Hey, listen, I can work with you on the convention center, and we can handle a lot of because I live so far away, I need somebody local to kind of work with me on that." So she's really going the extra mile, and so kudos and hats off to her and the conference center for even inviting me. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be the only other UFO related conference in the city of Roswell ever, and so we're really amped up about it. It's going to be a really interesting undertaking, and we're looking forward to it.
There's a couple of things that they're going to be doing. One of the things is laying down the stars, like this picture here.
Yeah, we were talking about that. They've already kind of started it, but my idea and Liz, we were talking jointly. I got to include her on this because there's a lot. We've been talking a lot, almost every day for like a month about this, and other things. So, it would be nice to be able to put a star down with a particular speaker in front of those participating or cross-marketing, or those that might help advertise or put a sign in a window or something like that. They're involved in the event. Have a star put in front of their front door. And so if you want to see Ben Hansen or Dave Childress or Star, what have you, you just go to that particular storefront. Yeah.
Or you want to see Tom Reed, for instance.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'd like, that'd be kind of cool, actually. But
of course, man.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. Yeah. So maybe right in front of the convention center, that'd be badass. But all in good time. I mean, we've been really paid. Oh yeah, there's our merch. She might be there. I don't know. That's our girl who advertises our merchandise for us. She's been, getting so much
very, very popular in movies.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
So Berkshire's UFO. Yeah, we're gonna actually have a track. We're gonna have a Berkshire's UFO track. So I'm gonna try to get Wendy Ann and Melanie Kirchdorfer and those that were actually in the Netflix special and the Unsolved Mysteries Berkshire's UFO. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a track with that. I think we're gonna have a track that's gonna be all about Roswell and try to bring in some locals and probably an Ancient Aliens track, a Fire in the Sky track, probably Mark D'Antonio, who's going to be there also. He's confirmed. We'll probably do a track with him to talk about, he really knows what's going on with black holes and, meteors and that. I mean, guy's brilliant.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah. And so I'd like to focus on a track for him. And we're putting it together now. We pretty much have the lion's share of those who are going to be involved. I'm really, I think it's going to be friggin' awesome. We're going to invest a lot of time and money in it. So we're really hoping for a decent turnout. Now it is going to be in March during spring break. And so we kind of got that going for us, but it's not going to be a small event. I mean, we're going all out.
Yeah, Tom, this from the venue that it was in Florida,
Yeah,
moving it to Roswell, just even size wise, it was a smaller venue. I would
right.
say we're going almost 10 times the size, if not more, in
Yeah, I mean,
Roswell.
to go to a convention center from a 325 seat venue, I mean, but then again, it's really hard to find larger venues. It really is. I mean, we've looked for a long time for 800 seat venue, and they're difficult. They're hard to come by, and most of them, they're in hotels, right? They seat 300 to 400, and that's what they have to offer. So unfortunately, you got to have your tickets. If you're going to bring in 8 to 10 speakers and a band and all this, I mean, you're going to dump 10 to 15 grand easily.
Yeah,
And
this kind
unfortunately, you
of
got to
I tell you,
recoup
this
that.
kind of event we're putting on here. I'm telling you, I know it's years in the making too, because I mean, you already kind of started really with the paranormal version early on, and then you and I for years. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess it's like 3 years now. We've been
yeah.
kind of working things up to this point, and like it's cool when you see people come on board, and it's amazing because where it was located before, and now the fact that it's going to Roswell, for probably like at least a couple of dozen reasons, it makes all the perfect sense. I mean, first of all, this thing is like a party that nobody's ever gonna has ever seen really, because sure, there's the serious subjects, there's the ufology part of it, which we're all interested in,
Right.
but we gotta be the human, bring the human element in as well, man, and just to let loose and party and say, and hey, some of us haven't seen each other in a long time before the pandemic, and there's some people that I have never met, either in person or ever met, and I would like to say, hey,
Right.
what's going on?
Exactly.
It's going to be an amazing event. I've never seen anything come near this.
There's
This
going to
kind of
be
scale, or something that
cosplay.
can be scaled, is something that could happen every year for
Oh yeah,
decades.
it's an
It's going to be,
annual event, and
yeah.
and we're putting on like a 4 hour mixer with bands and drinks and food. I mean, you go to a typical mixer, right? You're in, you're out in 45 minutes, and you're like, you
Yep.
get the little, hot dogs and maybe a bite of this or bite of that and a little sushi roll, and you're like, okay, it's over. Now we're amping everything up. We're anticipating anywhere from 1 to 2,000 people the first time out anyway, and so
Yeah, at
it's
least.
yeah, we're going to do it up, and uh, and the thing is too, it's like I talk to a lot of people, right? Because I'm on a circuit too, and one of the things that you hear a lot about, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but you've been out there too. People go to these events because they see their friends, right? They hang out with their friends, and
Yeah.
then they go to party or whatever. Everything's booked. You can't get a seat. So what do? You go back to your hotel room. You go to Walgreens. You buy a bottle or two, and you hang out in the hotel room. I'm thinking, why not bring that forward? Everybody wants to do something. Everybody's like, I paid for a flight. I got a rental car, I'm paying for a hotel, and everything's shut down at 10 o'clock. It's like, let's bring that in. Let's make that part of it. There's no reason you can't go see speakers and have a good time. It doesn't always have to be so damn serious, right? Saturday's going to be a fun day. Sunday's going to be serious. You got both. It's kind of like, and we talked about this, Mike, because you were with me when we started this idea. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't realize this, but Mike and I have been putting this together too. Man, he was part of this. He's like, yeah, I like this idea. I don't like that. And because you're into more of the entertainment side of these events,
Sure,
you're
sure.
like, people love this. Let's do this, let's do that. And so we're kind of combining, like a party with a serious topic. And there's not the same day, but I mean, we're joining these things, we're blending these things, and so yeah, we're gonna have Friday, like I said, is gonna be the film fest outside with barbecue out there and friggin' cocktails, and then the next day, it's going to be tracks. It's going to be a mix of speakers and different events and interviews. And UFO Man's going to have somebody there representing him and doing interviews with people. And then that night, we're going to have some drinks again and hang out and talk openly. Like, there's how many times you leave a conference and you're like, oh, I didn't get a chance to answer that. Or I didn't get a chance to, ask this question or what have you. Now you're all having drinks together. You're doing shots with Mike Barr, right? You're hanging out with Travis, right? Everybody's just socializing like they're friends. Let's
Right.
not
Family.
See, dude,
serious.
that's key right there, bro. Because
We're
like
all in this
everybody loves the
together, man.
behind
It's
the
one big
scenes and
freaking.
stuff, and
It's
and
we're
and,
all in it.
and the fact that we haven't seen each other, a lot of us, because of this pandemic thing that's was dragging out for a while, it's going to make for a real personal kind of event. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
You know,
Right. It's not like
and
one
also,
person's on stage, right? And yeah, go ahead, Mike, man. I'm listening,
no,
dude.
no, I was gonna say also one thing that really warms my heart too, man. I mean, it's gonna be such an exciting, fun party time with a lot of a lot of cool facts
Right.
and serious things. But what really warms my heart too, man, is that it's coming back to Roswell, and it's like you've
Yeah.
given back to Roswell so much, and it's kind of I love to see that they. Like that letter that Tim that you put up there real quickly there before, and I don't know if you wanted to read any of it, Tom, but it
Yeah. Go
was
ahead.
nice, man. It was like it just basically said that you were they wanted to get behind your idea and they believed in you, and and you're bringing in Main Street with all this, and you don't want to let them be forgotten, man. It's because they're the heart of this town, man. They wait for people to come to see what's up over in Roswell and check out all the cool stuffs and cool stuffs, cool
Yeah.
Go
stuff.
ahead. Go ahead and
I'm
read
talking.
it,
I feel
Tom.
like I'm talking weird because I got an echo in my ear. I don't know if you can hear it, but
Oh,
I
they
feel
can
like
read
I'm
it.
stuttering. But yeah, that warms my heart. But yeah, I don't know, Tom, if you wanted to get up in that letter a little bit and see.
Yeah, and it's bringing something different to the community, to Roswell. I mean, the event's always been the Fourth of July, and it's a staple, and it's the
Yep.
biggest in the world, and but it's pretty much got that same flavor, and this is something different, and we're not holding it during the Fourth of July. It's going to be much cooler, and we're holding it during spring break. So those people that are already going to be there for spring break now have an opportunity to see something rather than go there for spring break. There's nothing really going on as a rule, and then having to come back on the Fourth of July to see the festivities. So we're trying to offer those spring breakers something to do too, and learn a little bit about the history of Roswell. Roswell's got a really unique history. I mean, a lot of people don't even remember the original movie. I'd like to really get that original film. I talked to Elizabeth about this, about getting the original Martin Sheen film. Now, Don Schmidt had a lot to do with that, so I'd like to kind of
Right.
maybe if I can get him to be part of this and introduce that film and actually show up as it was his basically his film, in a lot of ways. And then, I've only seen parts of it, to be honest with you. Like a lot of people, I don't remember seeing the whole thing, but I do remember seeing parts of it. And so I don't know, if, Mike, if you're aware of it, but there was was it a black and white? Was it that old? It was a color. It was color,
No,
wasn't it?
it was
It was
definitely color.
color.
It was definitely
Yeah,
color.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
own it actually.
you have it.
I have it on DVD. Yeah.
That would be a really cool film to show, Friday night, the original, that Martin Sheen film,
Yeah.
Roswell. And who knows? I think we're going to also contact, or we talk to the schools and everything, the colleges, about having, them send or film a UFO flavored, 20-minute mini short, or short. And we'll show those,
Cool.
and then have a little film fest for local people to submit these films and then give them an award and that kind of thing. So, we're talking about doing something like really supporting the community, right? I mean, they go out of their way, they bring people in, they really don't charge a whole lot for anything, $5 to get into the museum, and people just come there year after year after year. And we're trying to bring something a little bit different and pay back a little bit and say, look, all the merchants, we've got spots for 40 different local, retailers, if you will, and so we're just going to comp them. They're yours, and so and then work with the schools and make a donation when we're done, to a local fund or someone who needs the money. So that's what we're after, trying to they've been great with me. They've been sponsoring my park for 7 years now. They've been back in my UFO expo. They've been great to me, and I'm really kind of honored. I really am, and I want to really put something remarkable together, something that they're going to remember for a long time.
I have to say that I'm honored too because I was recently asked by a governing member of Roswell to be part of a board of directors that looks over the park in Sheffield, Mass. That is the UFO park for the Tom Reed family encounter. So I'm on the board of directors, one of 6 people, and I'm very honored to accept that position because, first off, Tom is a good friend, and secondly, I'm all about ufology. So
Right on, man.
I want to thank
Sure.
Roswell for that.
There you go.
Everybody's representing, man. Check it.
Yep. And I want to thank Brothers of Alien
What's that
Rock
say?
for
Oh, no
performing
way.
too.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Nice, man.
Roswell, New Mexico.
So you
Yep.
think we could talk these guys into playing one more tune? Maybe crank up the guitar a little bit more, and
Yeah, if they want to play something, go ahead. Play anything you want.
Oh man, what
you
else
know,
should we
little
do?
Helen Reddy.
That goes back too far, Tom.
I'll play a little bit of instrumental stuff.
All right, there you go.
I
Yeah, the
got an
floor is
idea.
yours, man.
Okay, let's sure, let's jump in it.
All right, cool. So Tim, we're gonna have a UFO man booth at the convention center.
Right. There's going to be a UFO man booth at the convention center. I'm one of the first podcasters to be authorized by the city of Roswell. Right, Tom?
Yeah.
To be at the convention
At the
center.
event itself, yeah.
At the event itself.
Right.
So I mentioned to Elizabeth Ann Michael, I don't know what her position is. What's her position?
She basically runs the entire convention center.
Right. Okay. She's director of the convention center. I spoke to her personally and told her that she should start bringing in podcasters from YouTube because we have a different perception of what's going on within the UFO community and ufology. Because
Hey, Mike, we can't hear Mike at all.
yeah,
hey, Mike,
I know.
I can't hear you, dude, at all.
Did you hear that? Okay.
No, you're good. I heard the belch, yeah. But your guitar, man, you can't hear it at all. You gotta turn it up a little bit. Up. That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, where were
But
we?
anyways, they're going to start bringing in podcasters.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, talk to either Tom or myself.
There you go. Little drums. There you go. Nice, man. Sweet.
Do we have to hit something?
Hey, you might want to. Is that it? You guys done already?
No. Hold on.
They got to turn it up a little bit, I think. Is it me or is their mics lower than ours?
They can't turn it up much more because it'll fade
Feedback?
out because it peaks.
All right, gotcha.
I think I just switched something, Tom.
All right.
All right, ready? Let's do it. Ready?
Mike.
Nice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys rock.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, thank you.
We're honored to be here. I think I
Kinda
lost
like-
a piece of my freaking head.
They're faint.
Stuffed my hot dog back in there.
You got to talk closer to your mic.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bud. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that was unexpected. That was that nice. The kid, man, he rocked out the drums on that one, man. He nailed it. You know,
Yep, he
Yeah.
sure did.
little Wolfgang. You know.
Alien Girls here. They said, Alien Girl says, all right, brothers of Alien Rock.
Hey guys, we just had some very mild technical difficulties, so we can no longer hear you except for me in the headphones.
Okay.
Okay, Alien Girl says, all right, brothers of Alien Rock.
Hey, so we
Hey,
do
thank
have
you
a
so much.
video.
Oh,
Alien
let me
girl,
pass
what's
these
up,
off.
girl?
Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah. I'll come out the back.
You can
here, I
hold the
guess.
torch.
Over the mask. Yeah.
Yeah, man, alien girl. I heard that. I wonder if UFO Jane is floating out there, Jess Rogie.
I haven't seen her yet, but I do know that she likes you guys a lot.
Hey, the appreciation runs both ways, man. Her, I tell you, the Weird UFO Show and her and Jane and Glurp have really spearheaded a whole bunch of great, kind of like a whole nother. Even though I know she's been going for a while, and I mentioned Jess Rogie and there's a whole bunch of other ladies and of ufology too. There's a whole nother generation coming up that
Yeah.
are privy to the things that have been happening. It's even like since 2017. I mean, release those Navy videos, and have gotten people to really look at this subject, and because the snickering is kind of like fading away.
Yeah. About time.
Right.
Seriously. And for Tom, for you, it's got to be an incredible relief because you've been
Oh my God, man.
living this with your whole life. It's like since a
Yeah.
kid, since you were like 8 years old or whatever. It's phenomenal the
Yeah.
way it's coming. So all the more that Roswell and this endeavor that we're pulling off here, and you're spearheading and hopefully landing, or taking off rather for the next decade and beyond. Who knows where it's going to go, man? But this is, I think, the right direction.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
just
know, and
really
yeah.
honored and proud to be a part
And
of it. man, really.
if going against the grain was easy, everybody would be doing it,
Oh, amen, brother.
right?
Amen. Yeah.
So
One
Yeah.
thing that Mike and I discussed prior to the live stream was at the UFO Expo, he's going to put his table by my booth and watch my stuff, and whoever's working at my booth will watch his.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a family thing, man. We take care of
Like a
everybody.
collaboration.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, this is what happened right now. I mean,
Right.
there's been collaborating going on for years. In two of these boxes. Now the third box, it's just expanding. So we're all
Right.
about it, man. All about the community, man. Believe me.
Hey, Mike, tell people where you are, man. You in Orlando right now? Is that where you guys are? Is that your practice? Is that in your house or something? Where you are, or what's going on?
No, yeah, it's in the mothership in Orlando. We got a couple little space pods floating around, but this particular one is kind of a newer setup for us. I'm here with David and bass and Max on drums, and David's really been lampooning this project, putting up the, I used to put up egg cartons, but he's got the good stuff.
Yeah, it looks good. Is that David's house then, or yours?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
Dave's-
is my
cool, man.
humble studio here.
Yeah. What part of Orlando are you? Are you up near Kissimmee, or are you over near Stanford, or where are you? Sand Lake?
Yeah, it's like west, really kind of Claremont area,
Claremont area?
Mineola, Groveland. It's west. It's Orange County is most of Orlando, and we are Lake County right next to it. So
You're in Lee County?
Lake.
Lake. I was gonna say Lee
Yeah.
County's like Fort Myers, right? So
Yeah, exactly. So we're
Right,
kind
right.
of central Florida, and it's actually the highest point of elevation in the entire state. So we like to get high
Like
here.
5 feet above sea
in the
level?
hills. I mean,
Okay, since you're hybrids, I have a question from somebody in the peanut gallery in the chat room. They wanted to know if you make your masks and your outfits.
if we make our masks in the outfits, yeah. The masks. You know what? To a degree, we do. Well,
Masks
yes,
are a
actually, yes.
constant constant work.
There's a constant
Always evolving.
work in progress because the masks were not the original ones. We've had many different iterations of the masks, and this latest one, the shell of these have been kind of constant for several years now. But there's been modifications, and every time we play. We're in this little room here and everything, but when we're on a big stage, we're throwing our necks and our backs out. We're just going bonkers, and
Sure.
when it happens, pieces of your face fly off in the middle of the gig sometimes, and sometimes your eye holes are where your ears are, and et cetera, et cetera. So it takes sometimes duct tape runs to the rescue, a lot of hot glue. But the suits here, we've had a bunch of the very first original suits we had were one-piece suits that we used to get at like the Halloween stores and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was
Right.
one size fits all. And I was probably about 20 pounds heavier at the time years ago when we first started doing it, and it was all out there. The one piece, I tell you, man, you look down south, you just I'll take it about there.
Yeah.
But anyways, lots of fun with that. But these suits are from a company called Beta Brand. So even though we mod our heads, the suits are Beta Brand, which we love that company. They have really cool kind of fashion forward stuff. And but a lot of stuff we do on our own. We do a lot of our own props. We make cocoons.
It's a really nice material too. Like
Yeah.
these feel great.
Yeah, no, they really are, and these have lasted for years, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks really lightweight.
well, it's lightweight, the pants, but the jackets are really thick, and we like to get a sweat on with these things, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, with colored lights in your show and the fog. I mean, those things must just gleam and reflect.
Oh my God, yeah, it's cool with lights, man. I tell you, when we went out before we went out to Roswell, I mean, or any states that are super hot, like when we played that festival, we did that the last time. It was, I think it was 107 degrees or 108 degrees.
That's
And we're
okay.
coming.
Wow.
We're coming from Florida, and I'm talking to Marie Manning, was a point girl there, and
Okay.
Florida. She's awesome, by the way. Another Main Street girl, Roswell. She's great. Check her out. She's also a great singer and a guitarist and everything. Anyways, but I was talking to Marie, and I'm like, hey. When we get out to Roswell, I mean, we're in these suits, so we're already kind of like on the deathbed at the end of each show, with the humidity and the weather. And she goes, "Oh no, we'll just put a fan on you. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah,
be
that'll work.
109 degrees." But the funny thing is, when we went out there, it's the humidity that makes it worse for us. Like when we get out west, the dry heat. Like the sweat just stays in here, and it's kind of comfortable, man. Like
Yeah.
aside from being fans of Roswell for all sorts of deep reasons, I am also a fan of being in a big dome head because it's not as hot.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I lived in Florida most of my life, Palm Beach area. And it's true, man. The humidity, it's like ridiculous. And Orlando is like the hottest spot on the planet for me. So when I went from, Miami to Roswell, I was walking around with a jacket, a sport coat, and I was fine because I was just so used to that. Then you go back to Florida and like it's 90, but you're dying because we
get our sweat on down here, man.
Yeah.
I had actually been in Florida for several years, and I kind of forgot. And when we went out west, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I want to go back.
Yeah, right.
But hey, it's a big country. We've seen it, we've toured it, we've seen so much of it several times over, and there's a lot of great spots. I mean, I love where you're at in Tennessee too, man.
That's okay. I could be in Florida in 7 hours. Not a big deal.
Truth be
Yeah,
told,
I miss Florida though. Hey Tim, do you have the video for those guys? The video they did or anything? Do you have one that you can actually play? So
The video of what?
I don't know. These guys playing. Didn't you have a couple of those?
No, I have the
Come on,
video
really?
I made for the song, but that's it.
Which one's that? Is it where they playing?
We got the theme
UFO
song
Man
he
song.
did, and the
Yeah.
UFO Man, and then I think the one with the Munsters one. If there's another one that has our version on it, I think that's what was.
Yeah, you got their version of the Munsters.
Let me see if I can find their version of Monsters.
All right. In the meantime,
I can.
Then we'll have. You've
If I
got to
can,
have it.
we'll bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your son's name, man?
It's Max.
Max, man.
Yeah.
Good job, Max.
Max and
You
the
had that
drums.
riff down on the drums really well, man. When you guys are playing that to come together, yeah.
Well,
Good job. There you go, Max.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I barely hear him, but you're welcome. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me
Hey,
now?
how old are you, man?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Nah, more like 15, at least in human years.
15 years old.
Yeah.
Not bad, man. You play with your dad a lot?
Yeah, I mean, recently I have been mostly on drums here.
You
It's a
ever
lot
play
of
at
fun,
your
honestly.
school? You play at your high school or something?
Hmm?
You ever play at your high school? That would be a nice turnout.
That would be nice. I mean, outside of like school band, I haven't really played at my high school that much. So
Oh, you're in band at school, like where they give you that little drum and
yeah,
oh,
bass
I'm
drum.
sorry, yeah. Yeah. You're playing with Brothers of Alien Rock, and when you go to school, you got to hit that little friggin' drum. That's all they give you. That's
Yeah,
humiliating. Yeah.
it's like a double life. They have no idea.
No. No. Well, maybe they will now.
Yeah, but he takes that one drum and beats the living piss out of it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You got to see
There
him.
you go.
It's like,
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. I got two great sons, man. I've really been blessed, man. Max and then Miles as well. Miles is probably watching there. He's also a drummer. So
Oh, is that right? How old's Miles?
He's much younger. He's 9.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
So we're still kind of going here in my own personal.
So what about
mothership.
like the whole UFO theme with Max there? Is he into the whole topic and UFOs? Has he seen anything or?
Well, I don't think he's seen anything, but I've certainly given him plenty to work with.
Yeah. Open his eyes a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we started off with the sci-fi thing, and then he sees me. There's books all over the house. I'm watching stuff,
Yeah.
And I'm building relationships with all sorts of people over the past
Right.
several years that are in the community there, and it's not just you say UFO, UAP. There's all sorts of phenomena and other theories and ideas that reach much further than it's worried about who are in those vehicles.
Right.
It's a whole thing. Because I feel like at some point we're going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie, but it's like it's or any Star Wars. If you want to go for the old schoolers or Star Wars, where it's like there's just like creatures hanging out. Like there's like this green chick walking by, and there's this dude with like 7 arms, and another guy's got like 18 eyes. And it's like and it's funny because humans have a problem. Which was ridiculous things like skin tone and things, and it's like I just would love to get to the point where none of that. I mean, for us, none of that shit matters. As musicians, especially too, as an artist, all of us here, all of us in this room, as artists especially, and as musicians, we're about the sound. We're not really about.
Right.
Really about like anybody from anywhere in this universe can play, and if you're blowing my socks off, I don't give a shit what you look like.
Right.
Oh shit!
Right.
Tom, or Tim.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of it's
curse,
about the
sorry
show
about
these days. I mean,
Yeah.
Kiss never would have made it if they were just came out. The way they
Yeah.
looked. I mean,
Bring something to it, man.
Yeah. What about David? How's David? Has he seen anything or UFO or anything? I mean, where'd your interest come from? If you don't mind me asking.
I can't say that I've seen anything. At least I don't think. I'm more on the just trying to find more stuff side of things. I think that certainly if you think that we're alone in our universe or our galaxy, that's a really foolish assumption.
It is.
And I just really need to. I just want to absorb more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So you like the topic? You feel comfortable? You feel comfortable around other people that believe in this thing or are part of the community? Yeah.
I mean,
well, there's a reason for that. Yeah.
Take a look who you're talking to.
Look where I am, man.
Yeah.
No, but David and I, it's funny, man. He's more than comfortable, man. Like we're all. I mean, it goes. Oh God, we can go on for hours to tell. But like, just a little backstory. But David, and I, we played together. We played shows together in other bands.
Yeah. Years ago. Then like our paths diverged, and like we had our independent music projects going on. Then kind of crossed paths again recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it just never goes away. That the brotherhood, especially musicianship and everything.
Yeah, the connection.
Yeah, really. And we just saw.
Right.
I think we saw each other at World of Beers or something, and it was like, whoa, dude, where have you been?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, where have you been? And I'm, I just told him, well, we're rocking like this today. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So, but yeah, it's been a real pleasure reconnecting. you know, with David, and certainly like we talk about legacy and having my son here, and it's special, man. It really is, and keeps it close to the heart. So
So is Max going to be playing in Roswell? We get you there, or you going to bring your
I,
son, or
yeah, I think that's the case. I mean, you know, he's you know, when you really see him open up, man, he's a monster, and it's not just drums. He
well,
plays piano, plays
yeah,
guitar. It's just yeah,
he plays guitar too.
he's kind of a
Wow,
little bit of a
you
prodigy,
should
man.
ask your listeners if they want to see him play guitar,
He
man.
just practices his ass off.
What about a drum solo? Can we bang out a drum solo? Hey, Max.
How's that for the pressure?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No pressure. It's all right. Just if he wants to. Nice, nice loose arm. Nice, man.
Cool.
Oh!
He lost his head.
He lost, dude. Don't lose your head, man.
Okay, well, I think I may have found that teaser clip. So
All right.
let's take a look at it, see if it's the right one.
Thanks, man. All right. Yeah, good job.
That's okay.
I want to
That's
see
all
if
good, then.
wait. I gotta wait for it to upload. So
All right, you
once
found it.
uploads-
So Tim found the video of the song, the remake of the Munsters. I guess we're
Oh,
gonna play that.
cool.
Yeah.
I think
That
I
yeah,
movie's
man.
going to be awesome, man. Rob Zombie's remaking the Monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got really loose arms. My son plays drums too, but he has that stiffer arm thing going on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's got a Tama Rockstar. It's black. It's not bad,
Very cool.
I think it's got the Sabian symbols,
That's awesome, man. Well, we got the Cookie Monster special over here. I don't know if you guys can see
I
it.
saw that. Yeah.
did Max
Fuzzy
get
drums.
his head back?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not sure where the eyes are. I think the eyes might be. He's looking at
So
me. but I
what's on
think
the
it's-
drum? Is that like phloem or something or what?
It's like a fuzzy green material. It
Yeah, I can see that.
drums
Yeah,
look
but
like
a little more
Oscar the
specific.
Grouch or something. Something out of the Muppets.
It's
AstroTurf.
actually yak hair.
It actually looks alien nature.
Yeah, it looks like the Grinch.
Yeah, it's
mold.
alien pubic hair.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Anyways, we're getting to the teasers have done.
All right. Yeah, you're getting all fuzzy there, Tim.
It takes a while. I know it takes a while when I'm uploading during a live stream.
So Max plays guitar, plays drums, and plays keyboard.
Yeah, piano.
That's pretty cool, man.
Piano. Yeah.
What about you? Do you
What
just play
about you?
guitar?
What
or-
about you, Mike?
What's that, bud?
What do you play?
Oh, what I
besides
play? Oh, I
Yeah.
bought guitar. Guitar was the main mama in the beginning, and I didn't really sing until several years after I started playing guitar because just nobody. There was always like a vacancy in the singer position. I was like, screw it,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, it's guitar, bass. I was like, I play drums. I'm no Neil Peart, or Alex Van Halen or anything like that. But I can hold it down a little bit. But I play trumpet. I do a lot of music production. I do a lot of licensing. I just had something on some background tracks on Pawn Stars. Is it Pawn Stars? Is that on History Channel?
On Stars? What, clarify maybe there a little bit.
Pawn. Tom,
I don't
I know
even
where-
think
I know
they're
where
on
Tom's
anymore.
going.
I don't even think Pawn Stars are on anymore. Actually,
I don't know. Well, you know what it is? I get statements from BMI, and maybe it showed up. It's probably a rerun. I get paid royalties for, for some of the licensing stuff that I do. That's like you may not even know. It's instrumental stuff. But the
Right.
passion lies here with the band, obviously. And again, this is we're gonna have after this year's done. It's gonna be 6 records out. Through
Nice.
the life of the band, three singles, and a ton of shows. And I can't, dude. I mean, I'm excited about their next record that's coming out in October, episode 5. But as far as and we'll stay on that with everybody. That's here, that's watching and listening and stuff. But yeah, getting into 2023 with the live shows, I just I can't wait, man. Frothing over here.
Yeah.
right? We
You
can't
find-
wait. We can't wait to see you in Roswell. So everybody get your tickets for UFO Expo. I'm sure Tom Reed will be putting them out through me or through someone else on social media. So
they're available now. UFOexpo.com. And one of the things I hear because of spring break, it actually fills up pretty quickly. So, we reserved like 40 rooms, for the event. So, if you can get out there, man, we got your room and everything. We'll figure it out. We'll get you somehow. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're going to do the shadow dancers and everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be dancers there. Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of amazing things. There's going to be lights and fog, and there's going to be lasers. It's just going to be all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And the power of rock shall consume you.
And you're playing for like, what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
We're going to try to break a record and go over 7.
7?
And by the time I'm done with this, the challenge will be who wants to take a sniff of the inside of the suit, and we're done. After 7 hours.
Jesus, man. Can't even imagine. Damn. Yeah.
Nah, man. They get laundered. They get laundered somewhere around the Milky Way.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah. We're gonna change your clothes.
Okay, guys. Well, the teaser I have is not the one with the Munsters song, but it does advertise the
what is
UFO Expo. It's the other one from UFO Expo with all the guests, but with the incorrect dates.
Oh, that's the one you did? Come on, seriously?
That's the only one I can find, yeah. You want me to play it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
This while you want to...
Yeah, there you go. Things are going to change a little bit, but that's the for the most part that's the lineup. Yeah. So anyway,
that's the serious part, the vibe of it.
Yeah.
A lot of important speakers and cool guests and media personalities. It's going to be a throwdown, man.
Yep. Cool. All right. So hey, Mike. After the podcast, can you give me a quick call? Would you mind?
Yeah, I'll give you a shout.
All right, thanks.
Give you a shout, man. Yeah, I just got to decompress, get this head all figured out.
Yeah, exactly. So Dave's going to be out there too. Is he going to? Are you guys you're a permanent staple now, or what's going on with Dave?
Oh yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah,
He's bringing the thunder, man.
Nice.
Gotta have David around to sort out the sound issues.
Yeah,
earlier, right?
We spent most of the afternoon. We were just like, because every time, you know what it is, we've done a ton of interviews. We've done even some acoustic things and all this and that. But doing the full band is kind of a whole. I know. I don't know. I just never wanted it to. I was kind of like an all or nothing kind of thing. So I never wanted to do it half baked. So I wanted to spend some time to at least get it to a level where it wasn't gonna sound like an AM transistor radio coming through. You know what I mean?
It was all right.
Sounded good, man. You guys rocked.
Cool,
Awesome,
man.
thank you.
I'm gonna play this back after we get off. I'm gonna go down, fast forward it to it and see, crank it up and see how it sounds in my studio here.
Nice. Hopefully, I
Cool.
was in tune.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job, and
Yeah.
we really appreciate you being here.
Oh,
Hey
man.
Tim, how much time do we got left?
Why? What do you want to talk about?
Oh no, just curious, man. Just curious. You got any questions from the chat room or anything? Or
I did have one comment from the chat room, and it was Rob Zombie should use your version of Monsters versus Aliens in his movie.
I like that.
Oh, that is a fine idea. I think that would be good for everybody too, not just us. All of a sudden, Rob Zombie shows up on the red carpet in Roswell.
There you go. It sounded
I think-
awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. We'll see if we can get our people to talk to his people. And what do you think, Dave?
I love Rob Zombie, man. If you wanted to pick up anything that any sort of collab,
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what though, he is one sinister effer. Like his movies, like just sick shit. Like he really.
Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love
Yeah.
it. It's
He's
quite
madman.
lovable.
Yeah,
it's great.
raw.
And
Yeah,
and he's one of those triple threat
authentic.
guys. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Very
the
authentic.
very first album I ever bought was a Rob Zombie album, which my mom should not have let me buy.
Yeah, look at her now. She'd be proud, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, that's your son right there.
Believe it or not, I have two of his albums too. So yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
yeah. Thunder Kiss 65 is it, or is it 69?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I don't know if you know this, Mike, but I
Could be 69, Tim.
I started out in the music business, man. I was a stage manager for Northeast Concerts for a while.
Yeah, dude.
I tell you that?
I remember that. You said you were hanging out with a lot of people that came to town, man. And not only that though, you also play guitar.
Yeah, Blue Oyster
too.
Cult, Blue Oyster Cult toured as Soft White Underbellies. I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
And I was with them when they, at that time in the mid 80s.
Nice,
And
great.
yeah, I met John Kay from Steppenwolf and hung out with the Thunderbirds. That's how I met Jimmy Vaughn and the whole thing. And I worked Aerosmith, but I didn't get to meet him, and Nugent, back in the day. So yeah, it was the Church, Echo and the Bunnymen. Remember those guys? So anyway, yeah.
My very first tour I ever went out on was this band called Stormtroopers of Death. SOD they were called. if anybody
I've actually
knows-
heard of them. I have heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, the SOD. Yeah, actually, it was two guys from Anthrax and
Right,
another guy,
okay.
Billy Milano, another guy from Nuclear Blast or Nuclear Assault. Excuse me, Nuclear Blast is the label.
You got to talk closer to the mic.
Yeah, I can hear you, bud.
Yeah. No, just saying. There's a couple guys in SOD, Stormtroopers of Death. There's a couple guys from Anthrax were in that, and yeah, that was my first tour I went on with those guys, and yeah, it's cool, man. We've definitely been around the world, man. We toured with a lot of different kind of bands. Slipknot way back.
You toured with Slipknot?
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually toured with them. We were on the same label as them for a while, Roadrunner Records, and yeah, we're certainly not as heavy as them, but yeah, I toured with them and a lot of different bands, 311, Incubus, POD.
Yeah, if you get too heavy, man, you limit your audience a little bit, maybe.
I don't know. It's I think heavy, like super heavy audiences or like heavy music fans of heavy music and metal and things. They're pretty freaking loyal, man. That's the thing. It's like,
Right.
yeah, you could get more radio and get this, that, whatever if you're like Bruno Mars or whatever. But I don't know, man.
Metalheads are the kind of fans that
You're welcome,
go to the
Lisa.
show every year, every time you're in town, no matter what.
Yeah, pretty freaking loyal. But hey, man, we are a fan of all genre, man. Believe me, we like to funk it up and metal it up,
Yep.
punk it up. We like to cover a lot of things, But yeah, man. So that's pretty much that's the dilly.
All right. Hey, so I just want to let you know, we're talking about the stage you'd get in Roswell,
Yeah,
and it looks like it's going to be friggin' huge, like 24 feet long.
I saw it in the pictures, man. I remember seeing it earlier this year too.
Right.
When the festival was going on, and I was like, yeah, that is a stage that I would like to dominate.
So what I want to do tonight, man, when you, yeah, violate. So when you get off the air, I want to give you a phone number to call and touch base about
Cool.
what your requirements would be, what you need.
Cool.
And what do you do for a drum set? Do you lug that? Do you have that driven cross country, or how does that work? Do you just rent one when you're there, or how does that
We could
work?
have it. We could have it shipped in. You know, one time. Well, the last time we were out in Roswell, we did have. It was kind of crazy, man. We needed a kit to play. We didn't have a big enough van to get everything because we got
That's what I was thinking.
birds.
Yeah.
But we had somebody provided a kit from either Main Street Roswell or Roswell, the city of, and but we also needed an extra kit for that desert video that we did. And I
Yeah.
just went into the Roswell music scene on Facebook, and I just found like the most amazing people, like just, just you know.
Yeah. They got a
that
music
came
store there
through.
too, so I'm sure you could rent pretty much what you need and just travel light.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
nice.
we
That's a nice double
definitely
kick.
rent. I definitely rent, but last time we just the scene came out for us like big time. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
You know, this is my buddy Chuck and his girl Lori. But I think he goes by Rabbit Ivy. But anyways, yeah, just a lot of great people in the scene that help out. But yeah, no, we probably you know, whatever logistics, man. We'll get out
Yep.
there. You know, we got to bring our heads, of course,
Yep.
and our you know,
Both of them.
couple
Yeah.
suits. Yeah. So that'd be 2, 4, 6. Yes, you got it. Oops, excuse me about that.
We got a comment from the chat room that says wearing those outfits in this weather shows real dedication.
He's got AC in there, right? I mean, guys got
Oh
AC.
yeah. Well, hey, you know, we still get sweaty anyway. I just get to put the thing on. I don't even move when I sweat. You know, I get sweat dripping into my eye right now.
It's instant sweat.
So we got to show people what you look like.
We Tom, I think when we did an interview, we did a reveal last time on your show, didn't we?
No,
Oh,
you can do a reveal here if you like.
I think yeah, Tom. I'm pretty sure if you I don't know if you and Matt
no,
were there.
no, you didn't.
We
Nope.
did.
Play it.
I watched.
Okay. I'm not gonna put the guys under pressure, but I'm gonna do a reveal. Just give me a split
Yeah,
second.
and maybe
then-
Max over there. You know.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on. Hold tight.
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, drum roll. Hey, we need a drum roll, Max. Drum roll. Hit it, Max. Max. Drum roll. There you go. Love it. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. We get to see the hybrid underneath
10,
the alien.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you did that reveal. That was
He
not.
revealed his true
Come
form.
on. That I actually like that. Though. That's a good looking. That's a good. Come on, Mike. Jesus, what kind of place you running here, Mike? All right. What do you think, guys, in the chat? Was that fair?
is
Do we
his
need
true
another
form.
drum roll and another? Come on.
You gotta leave him wanting more, Tom. You know the deal.
Yeah, I gotta stay
Entertainment,
alive,
I
man.
didn't want to see Gene Simmons, man, before he came on. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. What about little Max over there?
Oh man.
These kids from school can see him. Yeah.
He's got.
No, Max, no.
He's
Wow.
under special contract, man. We're gonna have to
All
figure
right.
that one out.
All right. No more. No. Okay. All right. Leave you guys alone. So what is that stuff on the drums? I'm sure somebody's, you know, it looks like cotton candy or something.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know what you call this. Like I bought these this way.
You bought them that way? Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Right.
for.
Didn't
a
realize there
small
was such a
kit,
market
like
for that.
compact kit
Yeah.
For the studio, and I was like, oh, I know a guy that's got some small kits. He was like, I'll sell you the fuzzy ones. I'm like, all right.
No, okay. Well,
Yeah, it's like
good.
it's like
Goodbye. I get. Yeah.
felt kind of material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It
It's
works.
cool though.
Hey man, we always got a guy, man.
Always get a guy. A guy.
I
who
have to
knows
say,
the
I
guy.
like the eyes on the drum kit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So what about chat? Anything more? Anybody else got any questions for these guys? Because I guess we're coming towards the end, right?
Let's see.
Unless they want to bang out one more tune, like maybe the Munsters or something. But I'm
Oh,
not.
we do have a comment. This is badass.
This is badass. Yeah,
I'm
I
supposed
agree.
to ask you, Mike, are you related to Glurp?
Oh, to Glurp?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know there may be a connection. I was kind of he said something a while back, and I said the next time that we got together, we were gonna lock arm in arm and do the robot in the dance floor and just do as aliens do. And he seemed to be quickly in agreement with that. So I think there may be some kind of connection there. We may be indeed related. Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, Glurp is the alien avatar that is over on UFO Jane's channel. So check her out and check out Glurp. All right. Since Paranormal Underworld says, when are you coming to Massachusetts on tour?
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'd love to get and make my way up north.
Well, that's where my park is. That's where the UFO park's in Mass.
if we could get up there and play in the the covered bridge, or at least at the base of it, would be amazing. And I know,
Yeah.
I tell you, getting up there in October would be amazing. I don't think we can do October for this year, but dang, we'd really love to get up.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We need generators, but whatever.
East Coast tour, so we can wrap that together. Sometime.
Hey, where's Paranormal Underground? Where in Massachusetts are you, man?
Paranormal Underworld. Where do you live in Mass? I don't remember the name of your city. Jax.
What is it?
His name is Jax. Jax.
Hey, Jax.
What city do you live in? Oh, well.
Yeah, I guess we lost him. It's okay. Just
That's
curious.
okay.
Oh, look at that, man. Is that Mike?
Middleborough.
I don't know where that is. What's the next?
Middleborough.
Like Chicopee, something like that. In between, like around Worcester, maybe? Or is it?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
He actually lives in the Bridgewater Triangle.
Oh, wow. Matt knows a lot about that. Okay. So, yeah, outside of Boston. Yeah. It's a little ways out. It's a couple hours away.
I thought that was Matt talking to us there.
I'm sorry, Mike. You're interrupting again? Come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
he unmasked.
He wouldn't reveal himself and interrupt.
No,
Sorry.
he did. He did. Look at him.
Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah.
He's got his shades on, so
Yep,
he's unmasked.
yep.
There you go. Anyways,
Wrap.
I think I'm going to wrap this up. I want to say thank you very much to Brothers of Alien Rock.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys, man. Really
Thanks
grateful.
for coming on. That was awesome.
I feel really honored that you wrote a song for
You too,
this
Max.
channel. And keep up the great rock journey, bros.
Will do, man. Hey, with company like this, man, it's hard not to, man. Seriously, you guys are the freaking best.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Love you guys, man.
Yeah, love you too,
Thank
man.
you much.
All right, we'll catch you guys sooner than later.
Take it easy,
Alrighty.
man.
See you soon.
Drink slow, drive slow, man.
Wow.
Yep.